folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the PSV save on Conquering the Euro on Football Manager 2021. Today, it is part 3 of Season 11 and we take on AS Monaco at home at the Philips Stadion before inviting ADO Den Haag to play here as well in a few days' time. Now, since the last episode, we haven't been in a good run of form. We have been struggling a little bit. Now, in the last episode, we played against Liverpool, Feyenoord and Ajax. And unfortunately, since that massive win against Ajax, we haven't won a game since. We first went to Monaco to play the away leg in the Champions League. And in fairness, we were played off the park. We had level possession, but as you can see, Monaco with far more shots. Then we drew against FC20. Again, they're a good side, so I guess you can take a draw away from home. But once again, and this is the story of the season really, our XG far higher, we should have got 3 points. But the twist in the tale was that Barry Roddy managed to get himself sent off. It was 1 each at the time. They went 2-1 up, and luckily Ruben Aranzo got a late goal to give us a point there. And then we've just had a loss that really I can't sanction this against PSV. Now, we were 1-0 up, and I was thinking with 10 minutes to go, I thought, I don't think 1-0's enough. And then they made it 1 each, 83rd minute. I thought, here we go, we're going to drop a point. I didn't think we'd drop all 3. Foster made it 2-1. I thought Aslan had scored to give us the equaliser with a minute to go, but I can't sanction that. I really can't. We dominated the match. Far more opportunities. We should have got all 3 points there. We really should have done. So I don't know whether we're being unlucky at the moment or what. But we've got a game against Monaco in the Champions League. And I think at this stage, I'd take a draw. I would like to win this match, really. Remember, of course, that Liverpool's advantage there is because they've played Sarajevo twice. Looking at Sarajevo's results, it's fair to say we've got 3 points sorted there. So there's 3 points between us and Monaco. If we win today's match, obviously we bridge that gap. So yeah, let's go for all 3 points. So the team today that's going to start against Monaco, we've got Jokic in goal, Roddy, Kazmi, Iranzo and Van Hoogervoort. At the back, with Al Salman and Reese in the midfield. Aslan, Kakar and Brukri start in the attacking midfield with Pinto up front. Now, you might say, why on earth is a 2-star player playing? But unfortunately, we have got injured once again. Paflius, who's had a really bad start to the season, has Fotis Paflius. Quite a few injuries, as you can see. He's our first choice left winger, but he hasn't really been fit for the whole of the season. So Bukris has got to step in for him today. Hoping for all 3 points. Hoping that because we're on camera, we get a little bit of luck. If we lose this game, is it all over? Let's see. It's going to be tricky from there. We need a bit of a fight from the teams around us. But as you can see, after a really good run, to be honest, we've been on a bit of a sluggish run. Hasn't been helped by injuries and not having the biggest squad in the world. And again, there's still 5 or 6 players that aren't match fit. 2 months into the season, it really baffles me, that does. If you look at that, though, actually, if Monaco win today, we do have a bit of a problem because we'll have 4 points from 4. Liverpool will have 8 points. We're going to have to win both games and hope for a bit of luck. So we really could do with at least a point today, if not all 3 of them. We played decently in the Champions League so far. We did well to get a point out of Liverpool, so we should be proud of that. We aren't favourites to get through the group, but in my time on this save, I've never gone out of a Champions League group with Everton or Barcelona. I know Barcelona probably easier to do, but this is a tough group. But I said at the start, one that I think we could get out of. But this match here, I think really is going to hold all the... I'll just stop there. You can't really stop that sort of goal, really. Really good stuff from Matondo there. And a good assist from Pedro Neto. Not much we could have done. Yeah, I mean, Jokic nearly got to that, but not quite. But if you look at the first 10 minutes, we've dominated possession. I think what we've got to do, and what we haven't been doing these last few matches, is just push up. We've got to push up the field and make the most of it. Because even when we are playing against sides that are better than us, that are worse than us, that we have got the quality, we're not scoring enough. And that sounds ridiculous for a team that, in the last episode, I was saying scored 6 in the last 3 games. But the goals have certainly dried up a bit, so maybe pushing our players up the pitch is what we need to do. Pinto into the area, puts it into Aslan. Aslan knocks it into the back of the net. That's his 15th goal of the season, and that is more like it. It's the most horrible thing in life, in football in general. To have an advantage, know that you should take advantage, and you don't. But luckily there, we've got a goal back, and we're starting to play a little bit better, it seems. 50-50 in terms of possession. No surprise, really, given that we are pushing forward a little bit more. But hopefully this will come to benefit us, rather than the other way round and Monaco scoring 3 or 4. Bucharest, Kaká to Pinto, back to Kaká, not quite, Pinto, Al-Sam, we are struggling to get through the defences here. We're much better in a counter-attacking chance. But lovely ball from Bucharest through to Ricardo Pinto. We've turned it round. And certainly at the moment, it seems the right decision to have pushed forward a little bit more. We're going to take our mentality from attacking and back to positive, just to push it back just a little bit. But if we can get 3 points here, as you can see, or as you could see a few seconds ago, it really opens the group up into a real three-way battle. Al-Salmon on the edge of the box. Pinto, Aslan. We are now firing on all cylinders. That one is going to be offside, I think. Although, to be fair, it was very, very tight. We might get this one, but I feel like we're not going to. It's got that feel about it. No goal. Let's have a look how tight this one was, because it was tight unless I am missing something. Oh, right. Let's not look at it at all. Fair enough. But I'll tell you what, we have really come back fighting in this match. We really have. We're playing some good stuff. The stats suggest we're playing well. Can we make it 3-1 before half-time? Pinto on the edge of the box with the free kick. Swoops it round just wide of the post. Never really challenged the Monaco keeper. But this is great stuff. It really is. And we're taking advantage. I'm just waiting for the inevitable moment when we go and balls it up and Monaco make it 2 each. Neto, we get the ball out. Of course, Neto, one of my former players. Neto. Matondo does put it in the back of our net, but that is going to be another one that was only slightly, but it is going to be offside all the same. So we've had five goals in this game, but 2 of them have been offside so far. Again, I am a bit worried. It feels like something's going to come back to bite us. I don't know. It's been great in all other matches we've seen that we've been ahead and then we've lost it. We've done that far too many times. Hopefully today we won't, because if we don't, we have got a brilliant chance in this group. Kaká is very tight, so we're going to bring him off for Hermans and put Salmon a bit further up the pitch. But thinking about it, obviously ourselves and Monaco have really got another guaranteed 3 points. So if we go to Anfield and do something, we've got a really good chance of getting through here. We really have. Liverpool, of course, have got to play Monaco once again, so one team will be cancelled out by the other, you would have thought. Or at least one team's going to drop some points. But this has been a really good performance so far. It's not over yet, so not getting too cocky at all. We're going to bring Roddy off for Courtois just in case he gets sent off again. But I think with a few minutes to go, we're going to get all 3 points here at the Philips Stadion. And our losing run, thank goodness, is going to come to an end. After they went 1-0 up 5 minutes in, I really thought it was all over. But you know what? We pushed forward and we were by far the better teams. We've got a really good chance in the Champions League now. And I think in the next episode, we might well come back for that Liverpool match. I'll see where it is, actually. Where is that Liverpool match? It's not too far away. It's 3-5. No, actually, yeah, it seems the perfect time to come back, doesn't it? The Liverpool match followed by Feyenoord. So that's a perfect time to come back. But before we go away, we've got a match in the league against ADO Den Haag, which you would think against a relegation tip team that we'd beat them, but recently you just never know. But hopefully it'll be a good result in the same vein as that, and we can have a nice cheery episode today. We really need our season to kick off here, I think. If you look at the table, if we win this match, we're 4 points off the top. I've got no problem with that, so hopefully we can kick on. So the team for this game, we're going to make a few changes. Despite having an international break after this, it's all the same. We have to make sure that we keep our players fit. So we got 2 changes actually at the back. Lowers and Fernandez come in for Kazmi and Simon, as we call him. Al-Salmon and Reece stay in the midfield. We've got Wow playing on the right wing, one of our youngsters who's impressed. We've got Sanset in the middle with Bucharest on the left. And then Ricardo Pinto up front. But actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap these 2 around. I'm going to put Wow through the middle, Nanajim on the right. And where are you? Where's Aslan? There he is. I'm going to put Aslan up front because Pinto hasn't been bad, but he hasn't really started firing yet. So we're going to leave him out of the team. And Fernandez wanted some game time. But you know what? Simon's going to play because I don't see the point of him not playing if he's fit. And Fernandez isn't fit. Despite him wanting more play time, he wants to go out on loan, which, no, that's not going to happen. Left back is one of the only positions where we've got really solid covers, so no thank you. We'll keep him a second choice and give him the odd game to keep him sweet. I don't think we should have an issue here, I really don't, but you just never know with these things. We've lost and dropped points against some silly sides this year. I mean, if you look at Emmen, they're in 15th place and they beat us 6-2. Equally, we've beaten Feyenoord 6-1. So it's been a very strange season so far. But hopefully from now, again, it was just a bit of I suppose, jitters because we'd just come into the club. Hopefully now we can start to kick on. Aslan puts the ball over to Nana Jim. Jim to the debutant, Rignald Vau. And he scores on his, at least I think, PSV debut. But there aren't really many stories about it being his debut. So I am wondering maybe it might not be his debut. But not a bad way to start his first match under me at least. It was one of the easiest assists that Jaime was going to get in his time at PSV. I nearly said Ajax, did you hear? Whoops, let's forget that ever happened. I wanted to have a look if it was Wow's first game, but we've got a highlight straight after the kickoff. Is them going to make it one each, or are we going to go two up? Reece with a lovely ball through to Aslan. Aslan back to Bucharest. Bucharest finds Wow again, surely not 2 in 2. Reece, Al Salmon, back to Roger Lowers. Lowers back to Al Salmon. Bit of 1-2 going on here. It'll help the pass completion rate all the same. Reece, Bucharest. Bucharest puts it to Jim. Al Salmon hoofs the ball forward to Bucharest. Bucharest, anybody but Kestin holds onto the ball. Let's have a look at this lad. Has he played for us before? Yes, he has played a few matches for PSV before. But it's his first goal. It's his first goal for the main team. Looks a decent player though. Reece, back to Iranzo. Roger Lewis, or Lowers. Back to Iranzo. Certainly being patient to say the least here. Nonojim, Roddle, or Roddy, puts to Al Salmon. Clearly on no talent. We just plucked him into the side by fluke really at the fact that somebody else had lost a bit of fitness and we wanted to rotate and one of our youngsters was there. And on the basis of how he started, he's not doing bad, is he? He's not doing bad. He might be a one-game wonder, who knows, but he could be an option, certainly as a second or third choice, and that might help bolster the squad without having to use any of our transfer budget. I mean, it's early days yet. He might just be having a bit of a fluke over 20 minutes, but if he goes and scores 4 or 5, no, I'm joking, but he's had a very good start here. I can't see ADO Den Haag scoring 2, but then again, it's funny, isn't it? You just never, ever know. 5 minutes to go until half-time. We are controlling this football match, it's fair to say. Be good for us to get a clean sheet as well here, just to bolster the goal difference. But a good start. See if we can get back to winning ways. And then we've got a nice international break. And hopefully the players will come back all fit, rested, and ready for a bit of a run-in until the winter break, of course. We do have a winter break in Holland, and it's a month long. So a very long break. I think it's from the end of December, about the 21st December, till about the 25th of January. So a long, long time. Not like the likes of Germany. I think they have about 3 weeks off. That's 4 or 5 weeks, isn't it? But obviously remembering that in this league, there are only, I think, 34 matches. There's 17 in the league, aren't there? So 34 matches. There's actually 18, so of course it's 34. You don't play against yourself, do you? We'd still lose that game. Kesting puts the ball out, but a weak clearance. You always know with those sort of clearances they're going to go wrong. And when it's your team, you're like, oh God, I don't know what's going to happen. Roddle into the box for Reece. Not quite, but we are making chances. It's almost very reminiscent, in fact, of when I first took over at Everton. We used to dominate games and maybe win them 1-0, or like we're experiencing here, draw games where we could easily have won them 3 or 4-0. So I think it's just a time of bedding in. We've seen the same before at Everton, and it's fair to say our tenure there didn't go too badly, but talking about Everton, they're actually in the relegation zone after 10 matches, so Ronald Koeman not doing a fantastic job there in his second season. But Nana Jim gets his second assist of the day. 3-0 to us now. We are looking comfortable here. And again, the league table doesn't start to look too bad. We're 4 points behind. It is normally, certainly in the Premier League at least, the mid-season that a good mid-season run that wins you the Premier League. And that might well be the same here. But we're doing well. Ajax certainly aren't bulletproof. They've lost 10 points in their first 12 matches. It's a very competitive league. Feyenoord don't seem to be in it. They are one of the pre-season favourites. They're having a bad time of it. So it might just be a 2-horse race between us and Ajax once the season gets to its midpoint and teams start to flail off a bit that have had some good early season form. But all the same, a little bit like in the Spanish league last year with Valencia, there might be some surprise acts that go for the league. Wow, he's got a chance here. I mean, he's skied it, but a good tackle all the same to get back on the ball. Good to see that sort of commitment. Right, let's make some substitutions, shall we? There's some absolutely knackered players out there. So we're going to bring Bucharest off. We're going to bring Reece off for... Let's give Tormans a game. And then Aslan's pretty tired as well. So we'll bring him off for Ricardo Pinto. And that's all the substitutions done. again, the icing on the cake for today's match will be to get a clean sheet. You can see we had plenty of chances. 17, 13 on target. Very, very clinical. Don't know if those were easy chances for the goalkeeper to save or not. I suppose we'll never, ever know. Wow. Hormans. Or is it Wow? Well, I don't. We'll call him Wow because it's just a cool name, isn't it, really? Barry Roddy. Roger Lewis. Jokic. Don't concede. Jokic. Iranzo. Nanajim. To Woe. Or Wow. Forward to Pinto. Pinto can't get it, but Mbolo can get there. Indeed, Mbalo. Not Ken Barlow, but Barlow. And it's 4-0 to PSV. We are back to our normal form, I would say. Just a pity we've got a 2-week break now. It's almost a stop-start routine. But looking at the matches we've got between now and the next episode, we have got a very good chance of getting a good run together before the return fixture against Feyenoord, which, based on how we played against them last time, shouldn't be too hard. We've got Sparta Rotterdam, we've got Sarajevo in the Champions League. We need to make sure we don't slip up there after some really good work against Monaco. And as crazy as it seems, if it's a draw between Liverpool and Monaco, we're going to be top of the group. And in that case, we'd only need a draw against Liverpool, which would be an excellent position to be in, but I'm sure it won't happen like that. But yeah, we've got a few games to go. We've got Sparta Rotterdam, Sarajevo, Groningen, Sittard and Heerenveen, or Heerenveen. And then we've got Liverpool and Feyenoord, and those are the games we'll come back for next. You can see what I mean. It's a full month's break from FC20 on the 22nd of December to Venlo on the 23rd of January. And then it's quite a quick close season, really. 5-3, 3-2. The season has a very, very long-winded end, which I suppose will help us if we go far in the Champions League. I can't see, but then you never know. If you guys enjoyed that one, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Football Manager 2021 content. Thank you for your company today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.